The rain has finally stopped and the sun is shining, but the impacts of the flooding are still present in southeastern KELOLAND. This morning, South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem and other officials within the state held a special news conference about the flooding. Noem says they expect the James River to crest on Monday or Tuesday. The Big Sioux River will reach a record 38.4 feet at North Sioux City on Tuesday morning, and the Vermilion River will crest at 30 feet on Tuesday. To help reduce the flood damage, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers announced that releases at Gavins Point Dam will be reduced. This afternoon, they announced that releases at Fort Randall Dam have been decreased as low as they can and will have some periods of zero release. In Sioux Falls, Mayor Paul Tenhaken has signed an emergency declaration. In a press conference this morning, Tenhaken said the city accumulated 6.5 to 8 inches of rain over 3 days. And now the city is asking residents to limit their water usage, specifically use that impacts the wastewater system.
What that means is limiting laundry, limiting using your dishwasher, limiting using your toilet. If you can reuse that water a few times and go in it before you flush it, that would be appreciated. Limiting shower, bathing.
Mark Cotter, the Director of Public Works, says the Sioux Falls wastewater system is currently running at capacity.
There was points last night where the wastewater plant was running about 45 million gallons per day, and we were diverting about 34 million gallons per day into our storage basins. And so the quick math is that's about 80 million gallons per day. That's about 4 times our normal flows.
He says this morning they ran out of storage for the excess wastewater and had to start discharging untreated wastewater to the Big Sioux River.
That is always our last resort as we've run the systems as hard as we can, as long as we can, but to continue to protect property and to move and evacuate that wastewater, we had to make that decision, and we'll continue to do that until the system recovers.
Cotter says the last time the city had to resort to putting wastewater in the Big Sioux River was 2010.
Anecdotally, we're also hearing that we've had a handful of sanitary sewer backups. We're responding to each one of those. We'll talk with those residents, try to identify what the issue is, and address that accordingly. If you're concerned that you have a sewer backup, call 211. They'll document that, they'll route that call to us, and then we'll respond and go talk to that resident or business.
Cotter says they will notify the public once water usage can continue as normal, but he says they expect this to last for a few days. There are also numerous streets and parks closed around Sioux Falls. On your screen now is a list of key roads that are closed. They include Cliff and Chambers, Cliff and Bennett, Louise Avenue southbound at 41st Street and 43rd Street, as well as 41st Street west of Cliff Avenue. There are 13 closed parks, including Cherry Rock Park, Family, Sertoma, Legacy, Tomar, and Tuthill. The city also asks people to stay off of the recreational trails. A list of all the closed parks and streets can be found on the city's website.